Good morning, YouTube. No one today has told you you are loved. Not only are you loved, you are admired and you are adored. And no one has told you that you are strong. Not only are you strong, you are powerful and you're an unstoppable force that cannot be contained if you put your mind to it. So I'm doing this video because I want to talk about there's things you can do to make your hair grow faster, grow longer. When I first started off having locks, everyone, I was amongst the majority of the people that said, man, I can't wait till my locks get long. Man, I wanted short locks. I don't want short locks. I mean, man, once they get long, they're going to look great and blah, 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 blah. And in all actuality, in the time that I've had locks, I realized I love them the way they are. No matter what stage length that they're in, I love them because if you look forward to something, man, if you look forward to your locks getting long, right, and you have short locks, then what that basically means is you're not appreciating the locks that you do have, and you're almost taking them for granted. So look at your locks, appreciate your locks, and say, no matter what length that they're in, no matter what stage that they're in, if they're newly dreaded and they're fluffy and they're full of lumps, bumps, and bruises, just appreciate the fact that you started the journey. Appreciate the fact that, you know what, that they're going through this journey, because eventually they're going to change and you're not going to be in this journey anymore. It's all transitional. So just take a look, take time to sit back and appreciate your locks, lock appreciation. But if you are one of those people that are, okay, I appreciate my locks, Frank, but I do want them to grow longer, and I was wondering if there's anything I could do to make them grow longer, to help them grow longer, to speed them along the process. Let me give you some tips and tricks. The very first thing and the most important thing is patience. Because although I can give you these tips to help you grow your locks faster, it's not going to be a radical change. It's not going to be a huge difference. Like I said, dreadlocks are a journey. It's a journey. It's not a before and after. It's not an overnight thing. It's a journey. It's a process. So if you are one of those people who can't be along or who have problems, or it's hard for you to sit back and relax and let it happen, then maybe locks aren't for you. But it's a process. It's a process. It's not it's not an overnight thing. So number one thing is have patience and realize and know that they're going to get there when they're going to get there. Just allow them to do what they want to do. But with that being said, let me give you some tips and tricks on things you can do to help improve your hair, to help them mature faster, and also to grow longer. Okay, so the first thing that you can do might be simple is drink more water. Drinking water will allow more nutrients to flow throughout your body. Your body is 75% water. Your body needs water in order to survive. So by drinking water, you're feeding your hair. You're giving it the nutrients it needs to grow. You're allowing them to breathe and say, it's like a plant. Imagine if you gave a plant no water. What would happen to the plant? It would die. It's almost the same thing like your hair, like your body. It needs water to survive. Number 2 is biotin. Biotin is a vitamin that you can take. Most multivitamins have it in them, but again, you can go and you can take biotin by itself. And you can go and take biotin, and biotin is for the health of your hair, skin, and your nails. Biotin will help your nails grow harder, thicker, your skin to clear up, and it will also help your hair to grow longer. It's a very good tool to use if you also go through or have acne. So biotin is a great tip. Number 3, sleeping with a scarf, preferably a satin scarf on your head. Every night before you go to sleep or as you lay down in your bed, one of the best things that you can do for the health of your hair and the maturation of your locks is to put a silk scarf on your head, wrap your dreads up, and then lay down and go to sleep. The reason why this helps is because when you have a silk scarf, first of all, you're not allowing lint that you would normally accumulate from having them free to go into your locks. That's number 1. And number 2, they are tight, they are condensed. And when they're condensed, that means they're in close proximity to each other, so they're rubbing against each other. That rubbing is going to allow those loose hairs that are normally not locked and free and loose to become tangled and to form the locks. So therefore making your hair mature faster. And in terms of the growth process, with the constant rubbing consistently, it's going to, the stimulation allows your hair to grow. It's like, imagine when you have a scarf and you're tossing and turning with your head on the pillow, it's like you palm rolling. It's like you're palm rolling your hair all night, and that constant stimulation, that constant tugging, that constant attention that you're giving your locks it's increasing the blood flow, and it's gonna help it grow. So while we're turning in terms of blood flow and stimulation, that's the next tip that I have for you. If you have 5, 10 minutes of your day, just a nice scalp massage. Take not your fingertips or not your nails, your tips, the pads of your finger, and just give yourself a nice scalp massage. Allow just to, if you have a significant other, my girlfriend is famous for just, give me a nice 10-minute scalp massage and all over, just allowing your fingers to gently massage your scalp from different angles and points. And yes, this, not only does this feel amazing, but yes, it is also going to help your hair grow faster, because what that's doing, it's breaking up all the residue that's on your scalp, allowing your scalp to breathe, number 1. And then secondly, number 2, it's stimulating your scalp, stimulating it to forcing the blood to flow back to your scalp, forcing the nutrients from your food that you take to go to your scalp. And that constant stimulation is what allows your hair to grow faster. So, like I said, the best thing you can do is have time and have patience, because dreadlocks, it's a journey, it's a process. It's not a before and after. It's not a short-term goal. It's a long-term goal. So by accepting that, you can realize that that you have love for your locks no matter what process that they're in. So those are the tips and tricks that I have. But other than the patience, what worked for me, the most important thing to help your locks grow is just stop worrying about the length that they are. Stop comparing it to somebody else whose hair who's locked up at the same time. Stop looking in the mirror every day and measuring and say, oh, well, it's 5 inches, 6. Stop comparing, because when you stop comparing and you just allow your hair to be, then you're going to take notice one day and say, wow, it's crazy long. It's, X amount of inches, X amount of centimeters is really long, and that is what's going to really just blow your mind. Just stop worrying about it, because it's going to do what it wants to do, whether you help it along the process or you don't, because it's hair and it naturally grows. So yeah, eat better, drink more water, take biotin, wrap your hair in a silk scarf, scalp massage, wash your hair. But at the end of the day, There's nothing we can really do to drastically influence the growth of our hair. It's just, I guess, is more coming in terms of acceptance and saying this is what it is and this is what it's going to be. So let me just sit back and enjoy the ride. So thank you for taking the time to watch my video. Thank you for taking the time to subscribe if you have, leaving a comment, question, and/or concern. And if there's anything else you'd like to know, any topics in which you'd like me to make a video on, have more clarification for, by all means, please feel free. That's what I'm here for, to help grow the community, to help grow humanity, one video at a time. So this is nothing but peace and love and positive vibrations. Until we meet again, one love.